1920s began the golden age for gangsters. After Prohibition, the mafias became a big hit. Mafias in the 20s sold alcohol and drugs to anyone who was willing to pay. More people joined these mob families as low-level associates and began to sell drugs for money towards the mob's profit. The whole mob is centered around their leader. The leader may be called Don, Godfather, or Boss.
This is the only member of the family who is authorized to issue hits or killings or anything else. He controls everything that goes on in the family. He can make any order at any time, and it is to be followed without question by whoever he assigns the task to. He also would decide when to hit the mattresses, which would mean to go to war with another group or another crime family, sell ownership or establishment, and move the family. A few famous gangsters from the 20s would include Al Capone, Johnny Torrio, and Dutch Schultz.
Flappers in the 1920s were the start of a new generation of women, completely different than the Gibson girls of the generation before. In Great Britain, the term flapper was used to describe a girl who had not yet reached womanhood. But in America, a flapper was an attractive and slightly unconventional young woman who was revolting against the views of her parents. The image of the flappers was different than any style seen before. The girls cut their hair to a short bob and wore looser fitting clothes so they could move more freely. No more corsets. It is said that girls parked their corsets when they were to go dancing. They also began to wear makeup. The flapper attitude was characterized by fast living and sexual behavior. Flappers seemed to cling to youth as if it were to leave them at any moment. They took risks and were reckless.
Although there were many well-off people in the 1920s, some encountered misfortune. The family in our story started off like most others, in the working class. The father went to work while the mother stayed home with the children. But Maxwell had a secret that his family didn't know about. He had gotten involved with the mafia and the stock market. Maxwell had been buying alcohol from the mob since the start of Prohibition in 1920. He also had been putting all the money his family had into stocks because he believed that he would get lucky and his family would become rich. But he was wrong. After a while, his debts he owed to the mob were adding up, and he had lost all the money he put into the stocks. One day, the boss got sick of waiting for his money, so he decided it was time to take action. Maxwell's family had no idea what was coming for them.
Rachel, what have you been listening to on the radio?
They were playing Louis Armstrong.
I don't like you listening to that jazz music. You're gonna become a quiff with your bubs hanging out and end up with a ragamuffin boyfriend like your father.
Don't talk like that around Rachel.
Alright, you piker, give me your dough, your family's gonna get it.
Hey, mister, why are you being mean?
Who the duck are you?
I'm Rachel.
Honey, it's time to go to bed.
Time to go, boys. You know what to do.
What is that?
Watch where your hands are. Boss, where are we taking them?
We're going to the speakeasy, you dumb Dora. Ladies, let's get some giggle water in you over here. Let's get these ladies zazzle. What was the point in that?
It costed too much, boss.
I understand. I had to do a favor. See if you can help me. You know, give me your money. I'll deflower your daughter.
No, not Rachel. I'll get you your money. Just don't touch my daughter. Have my wife.
Oh, I'll have both. Get him, boys.
months after the shooting of Maxwell, the mob boss decided to hit the mattresses with an opposing family. The boss got into a fight to the death with a rival gang in his city. He was shot in the stomach and died a couple days after. After his death, there were no one willing to take over his position, so the family disbanded.
All of us in the KKK have a problem with the niggers out there, so they gotta get a wiggle on out of here. I'm gonna get you!
Am I really black?
White power!